Hi, Cryptoer. Today, we will talk about more about Toncoin knowledge. Today, I'm bringing you some emergency news. Cause if you check Toncoin has gone from $6.7 all the way down to $5 in the span of a couple of hours. So, and that is certainly not a very good thing. And to be honest, I think it is spelling in general. What is happening in the world right now?
Big world AI.
Because when it comes to Toncoin, again for me Toncoin is a very fundamental project. Certainly it is not as fundamental as Bitcoin itself. And when it comes to Bitcoin, just to give you guys some information, but actually stagnating a little bit. And we're at this very important level of 65. Next target is 67, then 69. So for now, we're actually pretty strong. At least we're not being rejected powerfully. Same thing with Ethereum. We broke out of this range. And right now, this range is kind of our support. So hopefully, the next target will be 29 now. But going back to Toncoin, because this is of the utmost interest as to the reason why and whether I'm going to actually be buying more of it right now or not. But before I give you my conclusion, let me give you all the details as to the reason why it's happening. And also some very good Bitcoin that is going to probably happen anytime today or tomorrow. The reason for the crash of Toncoin is because at Telegram's founder, Pavel Durov has been arrested at the French airport. Remember Pavel Durov, one of his citizenships is France, and he's facing 20 years in jail for refusing to censor his platform. So charges include terrorism and money laundering and blah blah blah. So it's a whole big list. So Anton is currently down 14%, and this is a deep state. So this is basically a deep state move against free speech. So, and this is so true in my opinion, guys. This is just an attack on the freedom of human beings. And the same thing actually, because he did also a podcast, or whatever, an interview with Tucker Carlson, which has been watched it. If you haven't, you gotta go and because it actually exposes quite a few things, such as U.S. intelligence agencies trying to recruit Telegram developers to install backdoors. It is pretty crazy. And the amount of offers he received from numerous global agencies to censor things on Telegram, to give out information on particular individuals, etc. And he refused, so he always refused. He always said the Telegram is a safe space. Certainly it kind of is a slippery slope. Because certainly Telegram is also used by criminals, used by people who are not supposed to be free. They're supposed to be in jail. But somehow they're communicating through Telegram. So it is always, whenever there is freedom, there is exploitation. So it is always a slippery slope. However, I would rather have real true freedom. So, and this is what Pablo has always been standing up for. And especially after this video, he's done with Tucker Carlson. Is this the result? Maybe it is. Because he has really exposed quite a few things that so many agencies really have been requesting. Unreasonable things. And he has been receiving almost kind of threats. That's why, we're seeing so many people who really are doing something good in this world and trying to actually create something. They go down, so now the big question then becomes, why is Tone implicated? Because again, Pavel Durov is not directly the owner of Tone. Whatever. Everybody knows that he initially created Gram, and that then SCC came about and they crushed it. So they renamed it into Tone, and he gave it to some other team. So we still know that it's support of the ecosystem. It still is, he is kind, but it is a separate ecosystem. It doesn't really necessarily depend on Pavel. Now the big question becomes, will he actually get out of jail? And what is going to happen next? And quite frankly, if you look at the price of Tone right now, actually, if you just go into the daily chart, or if you go into the weekly chart, you will see that Tone has performed incredibly well. I mean, remember, we were buying Tone at like $2, and then we were exiting at $4, $6, etc. So we've done exceptionally well. If you just check on average, Tone has done like 600% from the bottom, which is fantastic. And right now, this crash here isn't really that significant. It's like 33%, yeah. But I mean, if you look at all their old coins that have suffered quite much more than in Toncoin. Because Toncoin is really strong because, again, Telegram has millions and millions and like hundreds of millions of users, which can bring direct exposure to Tone. And they are bringing direct exposure to Tone for sure. So this is something that you really need to understand here. So for me, it's interesting how this is going, because maybe he will realize that maybe there is time for him to, play the ball a little bit. And somehow I don't really see him going to jail 20 years in France. because he's just too famous and too powerful. And maybe they will make some kind of a deal possibly. If that's gonna be the case, then probably Tone will pump like crazy and just will recover and clear this drop very fast. Because if you're seeing here, you know this shoulder, head and shoulder. And then a lot of people are gonna be saying like $20 per tone. Whatever, I really doubt. So I really doubt that this will happen. So therefore, for me personally, I think it's not that big of a deal. For Tone in general, certainly, it is some. But my prediction here is that he will be out. Maybe with some time, not immediate, but they will cut a deal. They will do something, and he will be out. So therefore, Tone will recover. And in my opinion, good buying zones for Tone is $5.60. So I added some Tone to my long-term because I'm a believer in Tone, and I hold quite a bit of it. As I told you guys before many times, $4.70, $3.40, and just in case. Some people are saying this head and shoulders pattern, if it plays out and goes to this big order block at $30, and just full disclosure, maybe, yeah, we kind of go a little bit lower to like $80. Maybe this vicinity here, but I don't really believe into dollars. 30. But if it does happen, I'll add a bit more to it again here and just get myself an amazing average because remember price. With Ton for this bull run, my target is at least like $20. So it is for X from here. And if it gives you the opportunity to get in lower with lower prices, at even lower prices, then it would just, in my opinion, be a nice gift. Because remember, the power of Tone is serious. It's not a joke anymore. So therefore, and there is no direct implication. Plus what we are saying right now is more and more people are starting to convert and or starting to build something for the freedom of people, such as, for example, the Event Horizon. Same idea, it is project from the people for the people. So, because it is enough of this, honestly, we've had enough. So therefore, it is something that, in my opinion, will be a huge trend, and they will not win. So anyway, this is something I wanted to mention about Ton. So if you're a Ton fan, I'd relax. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. And it just is a gift for you guys to get some cheaper Tone. And so when it comes to Bitcoin now, we're seeing the prices kind of is strong right now. Then what is happening in the next 1 to 2 days? Is in the beginning of the video just gonna be something and I mentioned is that China is about to lift the Bitcoin ban, and possibly even tomorrow. So there are some rumors that this might happen in the next few days, whatever. So this is what we need to pay attention and possibly this is what is causing this small run-up and kind of front-running Bitcoin altogether. Well, plus the shorts. So enjoy shorts, enjoy being squeezed. Well, that's all for today. What do you think about Ton? Let me know on the comment. And don't forget to subscribe us to know about Toncoin. See you on the next video.